Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is CJ, UFC Picks the Smoke Sesh, here along with my co-host Gibbs. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to like the video, and comment on the video who your picks are, your underdog of the week, and your lock of the week. Make sure to comment on the video who you got. And make sure to subscribe because we're on a hot streak. And I'm talking about a very, very good hot streak. For UFC 301, I went 10 out of 13 picks correct. I had an excellent night, but Vito Petrino, that motherfucker, sorry to swear, man, he ruined a couple of my parlays. How'd you do last night?
Yeah, so as far as bets, man, it was a good night. As far as results, it was 6 for 7. So not too good, but as anybody knows, not everything if you predict, you don't bet. So I had a good reads on the bets, and it was an amazing night.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. We both did good last night. We're both up, and we're going to continue with this card. UFC St. Louis, Derek Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento. And I believe you're going to that card. Am I not mistaken?
Yes, sir. I will be in attendance for that one, man. Got some nice seats, and I'll actually be vlogging the first time I've been to an event, so it'd be kind of nice.
What do you think about this card?
Yeah, so if we're gonna talk just strictly unbiasedness, I have a lot of decisions on this card, but I think this is probably the fight where a lot of favorites come through. So I'm liking it.
All right, let's go. But real quick, let's do a recap of what happened last night on UFC 301, and then we'll get to the breakdown for UFC St. Louis. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first fight of the night, he was my dog of the card, Kevin Borges. He lost against Alessandro Costa by knockout, second round. I don't think Borges is the dog that I thought he was, man. And Costa was looking good in that fight. What do you think about this?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I had Borjas too. I have just played fight did not go the distance. So to be honest with you, I wasn't too upset, but I was upset my pick went down though.
Next fight, guys, got the pick correct. I thought he was going to get him done by knockout. Ismail Bonfim going against Vince Pichel. He played it safe in that fight, but he still got it done by decision.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I actually played Vince Pichel, and yeah, man, he just didn't come with that same dog, man. I think he needs to retire.
Next fight, got the pick correct, and I got the outcome correct. Diani Barbosa did beat Ernesta Karacati, and I did have Ernesta Karacati in my breakdown, but then I switched my pick because I watched a couple other breakdown videos, and mainly everyone picked Barbosa, but Karacati almost did win that fight in the third round, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Whenever I seen you scroll up, I thought you had the dog, but I was like, I heard you see you switch. I'm like, okay, hey, you switching in before it locked, so obviously you switched. So, hey, man, congrats on that. And I actually had Barbosa in a parlay, and I was feeling good, like you said. She gassed in the third round. Yeah, man, I was a little scared.
Next fight, guys. This was probably one of the easiest picks on the books. Mauricio Ruffy going against Jamie Malarkey, and I got the bet correct. Plus 100, bro. I couldn't believe it. I got it at plus 100. I bet $50 to win $100. Ruffy
Nice.
going over Jamie Malarkey by knockout.
Yeah, man. So this is another one where I had the wrong guy. I thought that Malarkey was gonna melt Ruffy in the Hoofy, whatever they're calling him, in the second or third round. But hey, man, I had fight did not go the distance, so I was like, cash it.
Next fight, guys, the crowd close going over Joaquin Silva. That was another close fight right there. I still think the crowd close did enough to win that fight. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I think Close definitely did enough. I think that being in Brazil, I kind of zapped his gas tank because man, he was looking a little tired in that third round. I had him in a three-man legger as well, and that was kind of scaring me. But I was happy we got the decision there.
Next fight, guys. I knew this was going to happen, but it was closer than the number said, just like I said in my breakdown. Because Elvis Brenner is a dog, man. I'm not going to fade him in his next fight because he is a problem. And he gave Miltrick Orobai some problems, but in the end, Orobai did win by decision. Talking? Can't hear you, bro. Yo. Hello. I think our dude left. Not sure. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. All right, I think I'll join. Yasmin Lucindo, she did defeat Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Got that fight correct. Got that outcome correct. Lucindo going over Karolina Kowalkiewicz by decision. My next fight, got it correct, and I got the bet correct. Joe Anderson Brito knocking out Jack Shore with those leg kicks, those nasty, nasty leg kicks, and he got it done, folks. Thank you, Joe Anderson Brito, for winning me some money. Next fight, guys, I thought he would have got it done by submission, but he got it done by knockout. He got it done very easily, in my opinion. Kyle Borshchev going over Paul Craig. I don't think Paul Craig is anything great, ladies and gentlemen. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's good, but he's not great. And that was an easy call in my book. Borshchev going over Paul Craig. My lock of the card, Michel Pereira going over Ihor Potieria, and I got him inside the distance at minus 200, folks. And I had him in a parlay with Joanderson Brito, which got me some good plus money, and I loved it. That was a great bet on my part. The next fight, guys, Anthony Smith going over Vito Petrino. Give me a second. I think my co-host is back. A moment. You back, bro?
I am. I don't know what happened,
I kept doing the show. We had to keep it moving, bro. My bad.
For sure. No problem.
But we're still doing the recap for UFC 301. Anthony Smith, bro, he surprised the shit out of me. I thought Vito Petrino was going to knock him out, but he came out with that submission. Vito Petrino with some bad fight IQ in that fight.
Yeah, I had the fight to not go the distance, man. But yeah, bad IQ is an understatement. That was embarrassing. And yeah, a guy was undefeated, man. You know, I said in my breakdown, man, a guy was untested. There was a world where Anthony Smith wraps a neck up. Go check it, man. I said it, and sure enough, it happened. I couldn't believe it still.
Next fight, guys, another surprise for me. I mean, I did see a world where Aldo was going to win that fight, but I didn't think he was going to win 30-27, man.
Yeah, that was actually kind of uncompetitive, man. I feel like Martinez just didn't show the hands, man. You got to show the hands, brother. And yeah, Aldo, he's still young, according to his hands.
And the main event, close fight, went all 5 rounds. As you can see, I thought he was going to do it by submission, but I still got the pick correct. Pantoja and still Steve Erceg, man, he is a future champion. He's going to be champion someday. It was just not his day at UFC 301, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. The 5th round, I feel like he had it. It was 2-2. 2 judges, 48-47, man. He just decided to try to scramble with Pantoja. But, I had to fight to go to start round 3 for $1,000. That was amazing. So I can't be too upset.
Great bet, bro. That was a good hit for you. So that was the recap for UFC 301, Pantoja versus Erceg. And now we move on to UFC Fight Night Lewis versus Nascimento in St. Louis, which my co-host Gibbs is going to live and in person. I'm proud of you for that one, bro. 4 p.m. Eastern time, which is early for me, early card. And I believe 7 p.m. Eastern time for the main card, folks. Let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video and make sure to comment on the video. You know how the algorithm works. Help us out. Help us get to 700 subscribers. We're slowly growing and we appreciate all of your support. And you already know what to do. Roll one up with your boys. CJ UFC picks. Gibbs. Today, I got some blueberry jam on deck, bro. I was trying this last night and this shit is fire. What you got on deck?
Hey man, this is that 24 runs, man. This is on the bag, 2024 runs. There we go.
24 runs. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That sounds fire. But let's get right into it right now. First fight on the prelims scheduled in the women's flyweight division. We have JJ Aldrich versus Veronica Hardy. JJ Aldrich, she's 13-6. She's coming in at plus 115 underdog. She's 31 years old. Veronica Hardy, she is 8-4. She's coming in at minus 135 favorite, and she's 28 years old. JJ Aldrich, she's a decent striker. She has solid top pressure, and she likes to work her opponents against the cage. She's very, very gritty, and she has decent output. For Veronica Hardy, she's got decent power in her hands, good footwork, and definitely likes to bounce around the cage, charge forward at her opponents, and looks to get to the fight to the ground. I think this fight is going to be close. It's probably going to a decision. My pick for this fight is going to be the dog, JJ Aldrich, to win, bro. What do you think?
Yeah, man. And do you have your screen showing everybody? Present your screen, everybody.
Oh yeah.
So this is actually gonna be an amazing fight here, ladies and gentlemen. JJ Aldrich, man, a woman who is going to fight for your money at all times. Veronica Hardy, a woman who's actually making, a resurgence. She had beat Juliana, not a killer Miller, and then she had that last good win in her last one. So I'm like, okay, she's not doing too shabby, but the thing is, the level of competition is different here. JJ Aldrich is a girl that was standing up with Aaron Blanchfield, a woman that nobody could figure that puzzle out. I'm going with the dog here as well, man. JJ Aldrich, man. She was a bigger dog when this line opened, man. This line shrinking now, bro. So I'm going with the dog. I got JJ Aldrich last week at plus 124, and now she's a plus. What is she on this template? She is now a plus 114. So the line's surely coming in, and the reason why is because of the discrepancy on feet. Excuse me. The discrepancy on the feet is through the roof, man. Veronica Hardy, she has no hands, and I just feel like JJ's gonna win. So sliding on to the next one, we have, which one is that? So we got Jared Gooden versus Justin Jousset, and that's going to be a pretty good one as I slide over to my phone. So in this one, if we go over to tele the tape, we got Jared Gooden. He's 30 years old. Kevin Jousset, 31 years old. 6 foot for Jared Gooden, 6'2" for Jousset, and a 2-inch reach advantage for Jared Gooden. So in this one, I think Jousset, a guy who hasn't showed his grappling too much in the UFC, I think in this one he's gonna have to show it, because a guy in Jared Gooden, he showed, man, if you stand up with this guy, he just knocked out what was that guy's name? Wellington Turman. He knocked Wellington Turman out, and Turman was talking about, oh yeah, actually he clubbed and subbed him. I just remember now going Tapology. He clubbed and subbed him, and Wellington talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna strike with him. Man, this is some guy you want to strike with. I'm going Kevin Jousset to punch him up and then get him grounded out and then probably tire him out. And I'm going to go Kevin Jousset by decision. What you got for me, bro?
So not a lot of people know this, but this is Jaron Gooden's second stint in the UFC. Jaron Gooden, he's very explosive. He's powerful. He's got sneaky submission, and he's very tough. Kevin Jousset, as you can see, he's got a very good winning streak going on right now. He's 10-2. He's coming in as a minus 225 favorite. He's got pretty decent takedowns, decent technical striking, pretty decent volume on the feet, and he's a good minute winner with solid cardio. And I think he's got the potential to knock Jaron Gooden out, and that's why I'm going with Kevin Jousset to win by knockout, bro. All right, let's move on up to the next fight. Scheduled to be in the men's flyweight division, we have Jake Hadley versus Charles Johnson. Jake Hadley, he is 10-2. He's 27 years old, coming in at minus 170 favorite. Charles Johnson, he's 14-6. He is 33 years old, and he's coming in at plus 145 underdog. Charles Johnson, he's got pretty good striking, decent takedown defense, solid cardio, but he's got a questionable fight IQ. and sometimes he makes stupid mistakes. But he's not gonna quit, man. He's gonna keep coming at you, and he's gonna keep fighting. Jake Hadley, he's got really good boxing, good timing on the feet, good grappling, but he's got a terrible takedown defense. He's got solid cardio, and he mixes up all of his tools pretty well. I like Jake Hadley in this fight. I think he's got the toughness to do a decision for the W here, man. I think he's got it. He's got what it takes. But I don't think I'm gonna bet this fight, man. I think I might stay away. What do you think?
Well, I'm actually happy to hear that you're coming and stay away from this fight. And great breakdown, by the way. I definitely think this is going to be a war. Jake Hadley, White Kong, a guy who's absolutely going to fight for your money. He was chalking his last fight versus what was it, Cody Durden, in which he almost broke his arm, but he let the arm bar slip away, and Cody Durden took top control and grinded him out for the round. So here's what I'm thinking in this fight, man. Charles Johnson, a guy who really wants to strike with you, and in his UFC stint, all these guys been wrestling and grappling him. And I picked against Charles Johnson versus Azad Maxim, but he showed up and took that guy's O. And I'm actually going Charles Johnson, man. I think Charles Johnson's going to be winning minutes on the feet. And I think that Jake Hadley is going to he's more of a grappler. Like, let's be honest, Jake Hadley is really a grappler. And the grapplers that Charles Johnson had to face cannot compare to Jake Hadley. So I am going Charles Johnson to win a decision. And this fight's been really fun to watch over Instagram because these guys been going at it. So this fight's going to have some heat on it. I would definitely be going to get me a beer before this fight starts. So I'm going to slide to the next one, sir. And that's going to be Trey Waters versus Billy Goff. And this is going to be a very interesting fight because you got a guy in Billy Goff who's balls to the wall, who wants to get in your face at all times at 9'2", 25 years old, 5'10", with a 72.5-inch reach. That guy, he wants to get in your face and get nasty, man. He definitely had a nice little win versus Kashita. I don't know. That one guy, he was a bust. I predicted that. He was a dog. I got him at plus 120. So I was like, easy money. A guy in Trey Waters, man, he had beat up Josh Quinlan at dog money as well. And I was like, wow, okay. I definitely had thought that Josh Quinlan was going to go in there and maybe show a better account, but I did have Trey Waters in that one. So I'm going to go to my template real quick because this is a fight that really has some really extreme line movement on it. So this fight started at a pick'em, Billy Goff minus 120, Trey Waters minus 106. And that was 2 weeks ago. So now, before this show, I updated the lines. And don't look at that line up there because that line's not 100% correct. Trey Waters is now minus 184, and Billy Goff is now plus 182 dog. So I thought that was pretty interesting, man, because I do think Trey Waters is the side to be on. And there's been some extreme line movement, and people are agreeing with me. You can't get minus 120. I wish I would have bet it. I'm going Trey Waters. Trey Waters is going to be too long for this guy, and it's just going to be bad. I'm going decision or maybe TKO, bro. What you thinking, bro?
So, Trey Waters, he's got pretty good striking with a good range, and he likes to keep his opponent at bay. He's going to have a massive 7-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage, and that can very well come into play in this fight. He's got a decent takedown defense, but I don't think that's going to be enough in this fight, bro, because Billy Goff is a fucking dog. The dude is a fucking junkyard dog. He's got really good clean boxing, good grappling, a solid clinch game. He's got a very, very good, strong wrestling game under his belt, and he can definitely push the pace with good cardio. This is going to be a war, bro. This is going to be a banger. But I'm going Billy Goff, and he's my dog of the card this week for UFC St. Louis. I might look stupid, but I don't care, bro. I might be on the island by myself going with Goff, but I like Billy Goff, bro. And I've seen him fight in my area. He's from Garden, Connecticut, as you can see. I'll highlight it right there. I'm from Massachusetts, and that's just the state over. So I've seen him fight in my area, and the dude can fight, bro. The dude is a dog. He just keeps coming at you. I like Trey Waters too, but something tells me, my gut is telling me Billy Goff is going to knock him out, bro. All All right, let's move on up to the next fight. And I might be biased on this fight because Tabatha Ricci is my UFC wife. Just want to let you guys know that right now. And this is scheduled to be in the women's strawweight division. Tabatha Ricci, she's 9-2, coming in at -145 favorite, and she's 29 years old. Tecia Torres, she's 13-6. She is coming at my plus 115 underdog, 34 years old. So Tabatha Ricci, she's got very good grappling, decent wrestling, and decent takedowns. She's got pretty good top control, a decent submission game, but her striking does need some work. She's got good enough cardio to go all 3 rounds, and she's as tough as they come. Tecia Torres, she's definitely gonna have the experience in this fight. She's fought the tougher competition. She's got good boxing, good grappling, and wrestling. She's got okay cardio and a pretty underrated ground game, but like I said, she's been out. I think actually, right? She just have a baby?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I don't think that's a good look here for her. So give me Tabatha Ricci to win by decision.
Yeah, man. I think we can make this damn near short because you just hit everything on the note. I'm going Tabatha Ricci as well, man. I definitely think, her coming in from this layout and Tecia Torres is not going to be good. And then, Tabatha Ricci, she's a good minute winner, and she's 4-0 as a favorite. So I'm going with the 4-0 favorite. So that's it for me. Tabatha Ricci decision. Next up, we have Terrance McKinney versus Esteban Ribovics. And this is Gibbs. If you don't know, now you know. This is gonna be a banger, man. We got Esteban Ribovics coming in, 28 years old. Terrance McKinney, 29 years old. They're both 5'10", and Terrance McKinney will have a 3.5-inch reach at 73.5 to 69. Esteban Ribovics, man, came in and made his UFC debut versus Camuela Kurt. I mean, he looked good. He was getting a little bit controlled in that fight, and that's important when I say he got controlled, because a guy in the first round in T-Rex, man, if he gets your back, it could be a wrap. And I think there's a lot of worlds where that happens, where Esteban Ribovics gets taken down by Terrance McKinney or hit with a big shot, because Terrance McKinney, he's a guy who almost knocked out Drew Dober and knocked Matt Frevola out, and a guy who submitted Fair ZM. So long story short, I like Esteban Ribovics. He was in a winning lineup for me in that fight, and I was happy about that. But this is a new fight. In St. Louis, I'm going Terrance McKinney. He's going to find the back of Ribovics. I'm going T-Rex by submission.
You crazy, bro. You crazy. So here's my breakdown. McKinney, he's got solid hands, solid wrestling. He's got solid BJJ and KO power. He can be KO or bust at times. He's got questionable cardio and a suspect chin. He's still young and athletic. He's going to almost have a 4-inch reach advantage. But to me, he's a wishy-washy fighter, and he can't be trustworthy. Ribovics, he's very good. He's got very good striking, good accuracy, and good volume on the feet. He likes to push the pace in his fights. He's got good takedowns and good trips to go with it. This guy also got sneaky KO power, so I think he's got the chance to KO Terrance McKinney. And I think that's what's going to happen in this fight, bro, because Terrance McKinney, like I said, he can make questionable decisions while fighting, and he blows his load in the first round. So if this fight goes past the first round, he's in trouble, bro. Give me Ribovics to win.
I will have to just say, if you're going to go Esteban Ribovics, you have to say he has to survive the first round. If you're going to go against Terrance McKinney, you have to say he got to survive that first round. But that's all I had to say.
Next fight, guys. Scheduled in the men's lightweight division, we got Chase Hooper versus Viacheslav Borshchev. Chase Hooper, he is 13-3, plus 150 underdog, 24 years old. We have Slava Claus, 7-3, minus 180 favorite, and he's 32 years old. Chase Hooper, he's got pretty slick grappling. He's got wrestling. And he's got good enough takedowns to take down Slava Claus in this fight. He's got decent striking, sneaky submissions with solid BJJ. Slava Claus, he's got very good kickboxing, solid striking offense, and defense. He's got a nice jab with decent KO power. He's very gritty, he's very tough, and this is going to be a very close fight. I might stay away from this fight as well, betting wise, for picking perspective. Give me Chase the Dream Hooper by decision. Who do you have in this fight, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm actually liking the results we're having, man. Go ahead and give me the Dream Chase Hooper as well, man. So Slava Claus, this is a guy, man, who came in the UFC relatively green. You know, he came in as a knockout artist. He came in his UFC debut. To my knowledge, he had knocked out Dakota Bush with a body shot, and he was doing this nice little Slava Claus dance. And you know, that's what gave him the nickname, pretty much. But you know, after that, just a guy who gets taken down at will. And a guy in Chase Hooper, he showed in Nick Flores. I know that's Nick Flores, but he showed, man, he can box, man. And Slava Claus, man, he's going to be at an extreme discrepancy to my knowledge. Like, yeah, he has a 5-inch reach disadvantage at 74 to 69. Chase Hooper's the bigger man. He filled into his frame at 155. I definitely think Chase Hooper is going to probably grind Slava Claus out. He has the better gas tank. He had a phenomenal gas tank at 145. So you're telling me this guy can't grind him out? Come on now. I actually got Chase Hooper at plus 180, and now he's a plus 148. So I'm extremely happy with the line movement. And yeah, so that is my dog of the card. Chase the Dream Hooper. And yeah, man, I had 3 dogs that I was choosing from. It was JJ Aldrich, T-Rex, or Chase Hooper. And Chase Hooper is my most confident dog. So that's it for me, guys. We're going to slide over to the next one. And this is actually the fight that one of the fights I'm most excited to watch, you know, live. And we got Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Robelis Despaigne. And this is going to be a good one because you got this guy, Robelis Despaigne, man, who, once again, you know, this dude has a 9-second knockout, 11-second knockout, 13-second knockout, and then he just knocked out bro within a minute, Josh Parisian. This dude, it's his range, man. He has an 87-inch reach, and it's just hard to get in that 87-inch reach, man. Like, you can't hit what you can't touch, from the great Muhammad Ali. And you got a guy in Waldo Cortes-Acosta, a showsman. You know, he doesn't care. And he's 6'4" himself, but he only has a 78-inch reach, man. So in my mind, bro, until somebody can show me with these own eyes that somebody can stop Robelis Despaigne, I'm not going against him. Robelis Despaigne might not be a first minute knockout, but he has cardio. You know, he had an interview, they had a translation. He says, you know, these guys just can't stay in here with me that long. He has cardio. And whether I think it's going to be a first-round knockout. I'm going Despaigne. What you got, bro?
So Cortes-Acosta, he's got decent boxing. He's got good output. And he's got a decent takedown defense as well. My only problem with Acosta is he dances too much in the octagon. And he doesn't take the fight serious to me, because if he's dancing, showing off, smiling and joking, that's not taking the fight serious. And in a fight like this with Robelis Despaigne, bro, you got to take this fight extremely serious, because this guy is huge. He's gonna have a 3-inch height advantage and a huge 6-inch reach advantage, bro. He's an Olympic taekwondo medalist, which is a very impressive feat. He's got insane KO power with a lot of volume, and all of his fights have been by finish, which is impressive as well. But we don't know about his cardio, man. Like, I know you say he's got cardio, but we don't know about that yet because we haven't seen it yet, and we haven't seen his chin tested either. This fight is gonna finish either way, in my opinion, and I'm going Robelis Despaigne by knockout against Waldo Cortes-Acosta, because he's going to be playing around too much, bro. He's going to get knocked out. All right, next fight, guys. Scheduled in the men's featherweight division, we got Alex Caceres versus Sean Woodson. Alex Caceres, he is 21-14, plus 160 underdog, and he's 35 years old. Sean Woodson, he's 11-1. He is 31 years old, and he is a minus 190 favorite. Alex Caceres, he's been in the UFC for a long time now, and he's fought the best that UFC has to offer. He's got more experience in this fight by far. He's got solid striking, solid wrestling, and solid grappling as well. He's a tough and greedy fighter, and he's got a very, very versatile style while fighting. Sean Woodson, he's a long, lengthy striker with good boxing, good kicks, and he keeps his opponent at bay with long jabs and good takedown defense. He's got good, solid striking, and I'm going Sean Woodson to win by decision in this fight. I don't think he's going to finish Alex Caceres. I think Alex Caceres is tough enough to last 3 rounds. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, man, I think that this is going to be an absolutely competitive fight, man. This is a big step up in competition for a guy, Alex Caceres, for Sean Woodson. Because, you got a guy, like you said, Alex Caceres, man, he's fought the who's who. And I will say this is the fight that I am the most, on the edge about, because, I went back and watched a lot of Alex Caceres tape because there's so much on him. This is a guy who fought Uriah Faber. This is a guy who went to split decision with Yair Rodriguez. And then this is a guy who took Chase Hooper's who's on this card, But one thing that I did notice, because a guy at Alex Caceres, he's only been knocked out one time in his career. So those type of things I go and look for, not because I'm looking because I'm a hater. I want to see how he got finished, and it was from a guy named Francisco Rivera Jr. He had his hands down. He was playing around, didn't have respect. He got clipped with a big shot, and Rivera got down and ground and pounded him. You got a guy in Sean Woodson, man. This dude has a 5-inch reach advantage versus Caceres. So basically, he's the larger man, and he's a boxer. So you gonna tell me you're gonna be having your hands down versus a guy who's a boxer and who actually kicks? I am afraid that the cardio, maybe a 29-28, a close first round, and maybe Caceres wins the 3rd round. I'm going Sean Woodson, but this is a fight where I will absolutely have an Alex Caceres to buy decision ticket to save my ass if my parlay is rolling through, because that's just how it has to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide over to the next one, in which we have Diego Ferreira versus Mateusz Rębecki. And to be honest with you, this is a fight that I'm hoping Rębecki, which I'm predicting Rębecki to win. I'm hoping Rębecki gets revenge for my guy, Michael Johnson, man. He had knocked him out, sent him to the shadow realm. So I definitely was like, dang, okay. So basically, I think that Diego Ferreira, man, he's just old, Mateusz Rębecki is a guy in 31. He's been steamrolling everybody. And when a guy who steamrolls everybody, I will say that scares me, because he did get knocked out by a guy in Powell Kawecki. I don't know if I said his name right, but he had got tired, and he had got melted. He almost had finished him in the 1st round, and blew his wad. So you got a guy in Ferreira. He's to my knowledge, he's only been submitted a couple of times, but he's never been knocked out to my knowledge. Well, he's been knocked out 3 times, excuse me. But I definitely feel like this is a fight where it could go to decision, but I'm going Rębecki by TKO in this one. And I feel like, Rębecki's just going to be winning the bigger moments. He's the fresher fighter, and I just think he's the more accurate, powerful guy. What you got for me, bro?
I definitely agree, man. For Hayda, man, he's got good grappling, good BJJ, a sneaky ground game with solid submissions, and he's got more experience under his belt, but he's not a very active fighter if you've seen his record. He doesn't fight too often. He's got a pretty massive reach advantage and a height advantage as well in this fight. But I don't think that's going to matter here because Rębecki is a fucking problem for anyone in this division. He's got very good striking, solid KO power, good wrestling with good takedown defense and offense. He also has pretty good cardio. He's got good striking defense, and he likes to stay in your face and continue to stalk you down until you break down. And that's what's going to happen in this fight. Rębecki's going to break down Diego Ferreira, and the referee's going to call it TKO. And that's my lock of the card for this fight, bro. For this UFC St. Louis, Mateusz Rębecki is my lock.
That is my lock too. I am sorry. I got that locked up on here as well. That is my lock as well. Let's fucking go.
Next fight, guys. And on my notes here, I wrote banger alert. Alonzo Menifield versus Carlos Ulberg in the men's light heavyweight division. This fight is not going the distance, folks. I'm telling you that right now. Menifield, this dude right here, he's got really scary KO power. He could put anyone's lights out at any given time. He's got a solid takedown defense, but he's a bit sloppy when striking. And he could be aggressive and very explosive, and he's tough as nails. Carlos Ulberg, he's got very good kickboxing. He's got nice leg kicks, very nice heavy hands with KO power. He's got solid takedown defense. He's got a nice output with good striking accuracy, and he's got a good striking defense as well. This is going to be a very good fight, guys, and I'm going Carlos Ulberg to win by knockout.
Yeah, man. So, like you said, banger alert. And yeah, man, I smell violence in this one. And you got a guy in Alonzo Menifield who's 2-0 as a dog. So I instantly had to scoop that line up because, you know, according to EV, that's a good bet. So I had to go ahead and get Alonzo Menifield. And then I dived into the tape. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling more good about this bet as I sit on it. Because I think Carlos Ulberg is a guy, man, who lost respect. You know, he's like, man, you know, I'm rolling, man. I ain't lost in 5 fights, man. I'm feeling good about myself. Until you roll into Alonzo Menifield, a guy who's hit everybody. He's cracked everybody. You know he has. Alonzo Menifield even cracked Edison Jacoby, the glory kickboxer. You know, this dude, you know, he changed the trajectory of Jimmy Crute. You know, I definitely feel like Ulberg, he's going to be the more technical fighter. He's going to be looking good. He's going to be winning minutes until he gets caught with a big one by Alonzo Menifield. He's Ulberg gonna be doing the chicken dance. Then Alonzo Menifield gonna follow up, and he's gonna get him out of there. I'm at this fight to not go the distance, but I had to snag the lineup, and according to the line movement, I'm on the right side in Alonzo Menifield. He's a good bet. He's never lost as a dog. So I'm going Alonzo Menifield by knockout, but me and my guy CJ lined up on no distance. So do with that what you will. Next up, we have Joaquin Buckley versus Nursultan Razabov in the co-main event of the evening. So, you know, this fight scares me because if I don't know this, I would be doing you guys a disservice. Razabov is coming in on short notice, and he is not fighting at 185 this time. He is fighting at Joaquin Buckley's weight at 170. And that is very important to note, because Nursultan Razabov has spent 90% of his career, to my knowledge, where I was checking, because he's had so many fights, he's only fought at 70 a couple of times, 2 of them which he lost. So you got Joaquin Buckley coming in as a favorite today at minus 150 to Razabov's plus 120. You can look at that line on the screen right now. That is correct. You got Razabov. He's a 6'5" fighter. I don't know how he's going to make 170 at a 6'5" frame. I just don't understand this. Joaquin Buckley, man. Joaquin Buckley, 5'10", you know, a more regular height for this weight class. Believe it or not, if Nursultan Razabov makes weight, I'm going Nursultan Razabov. Joaquin Buckley, you got to be careful what you ask for. You know, Vitor Petrino asked for that fight versus Alex Smith, and he got what he had coming. You know, you be careful. When they say be careful what you ask for, that's a real thing. Joaquin Buckley, if this dude Nursultan makes weight, he's going to be at an extreme height and reach discrepancy. You know, Joaquin Buckley is a guy, you know, who got the carps of Vicente Luque, which I ended up betting Buckley, but I predicted him to lose. So, you know, I threw a waiver out to you guys, though. I'm going to Sultan Razabov by TKO. He's going to knock him out just the way he knocked Bruno Ferreira out. If he makes weight, I got to throw that out there. What you got for me, big dog?
This is going to be a good fight, bro. This is another banger right here. Buckley, he's fast, he's athletic, very explosive, solid amount of KO power in his hands. He's got decent striking, decent takedowns, and a pretty good takedown defense. He's got decent cardio, and he's on an impressive 3-0 undefeated streak since coming down to the welterweight division. Rosabayev, this guy is gonna tower over Buckley in this fight, bro. 7-inch height advantage, and that's gonna come into dividends for him in this fight. He's got very good grappling, solid wrestling, and solid takedown. He's got decent striking and sneaky KO power, good submissions. He's aggressive on the ground, and he's got good BJJ skills to go with it. I'm going Rosabayev by submission, bro. If he goes back to his wrestling, because he's a wrestler at heart, bro. He's a wrestler at heart. I don't know if he's seen the tape, but he's got good takedowns. And if he gets this to the ground, I think he's gonna submit Joaquin Buckley. And he's my pick for this fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Buckley catches him with a KO, bro. So I'm betting fight doesn't go the distance. Next fight, guys, is the main event of the evening for UFC Fight Night in St. Louis. Derek Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento, scheduled in the men's heavyweight division. We have Derek Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento. Derek Lewis, 27-12, 39 years old, coming in at minus 165 favorite, and he's lost the last 4 out of his 5 fights. Rodrigo Nascimento, 11-1, only 1 loss in his record, 31 years old, coming in at plus 135 favorite. Derek Lewis has the most knockouts in the UFC in history. He's got very heavy hands. He's got a crazy amount of KO power. He's got a good get-up game. If he gets taken down, he just gets right back up. He's very strong, and he's got questionable cardio, and he can be a bit chinny, in my opinion. So he might want to look out for those big bombs from Nascimento. Because Nascimento, he's got good wrestling, good grappling, solid submissions, good takedowns. He's got a good takedown defense. And but his takedown accuracy is kind of meh, not that good. Which can be worrisome here. So, because if he can't take Derek Lewis down, Derek Lewis has him on the feet by a mile, in my opinion. And I think that Derek Lewis can knock him out at some point. Give me Derek Lewis to bounce back and to show why he's the knockout king of the UFC. Derek Lewis by knockout, 2nd or 3rd round. What do you got in this fight?
Yeah, man. I think folks, you guys should listen up. Me and CJ have never lined up this much on the card, and that means that's a good thing. I like Derek Lewis a lot in this fight. Line movement does not like it because Derek Lewis opened up as a minus 180. He's now sitting at Vegas at a minus 172. You can get Nascimento at a plus 134 dog. He's 1-0 as a dog. I was like, okay, that was interesting. You know, this is a guy who was only lost 1 time in his career. He got knocked out by Chris Dawkins, a guy that Derek Lewis steamrolled. And I don't play MMA math unless the method of victory is the same. And you're telling me you get knocked out by Chris Dawkins, but I think it was the speed. I think it was the speed in Dawkins that got him. Derek Lewis is a little slower, but he is fast too. I think Derek Lewis is going to catch him. Derek Lewis is 10-3 as a favorite. That is amazing. So I'm just liking him, man. I'm liking Derek Lewis. He's going to catch him with a big bomb in St. Louis. The crowd's going to go crazy, including me. And, man, shit, hopefully this dude, he's probably going to do some type of crazy shit. So we just going to see a celebration. It's going to be a good night, man.
Derek Lewis is going to get a KO in St. Louis. Let's go. And that was the breakdown for UFC Fight Night. St. Louis versus Nascimento going down on Saturday, May 11th. And I'm happy for you, bro. You're going to the fight card.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it, bro. I hope you enjoy it. What's the next card for the fights?
Yeah, I ain't gonna bullshit you. I do not know. Shit.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. I believe there's another fight night card, if I'm not mistaken. I believe there's another fight in that card, but we'll be here for that. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna do our homework. We're gonna give you another 10 wins. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video, comment on the video, and make sure to join us each and every single week right here on CJ UFC Picks. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. So make sure to follow me on there and make sure to subscribe to my co-host Gibbs. Any last words, brother?
Absolutely. So, I had a couple people asking for bets. If you guys are curious on my bets, you can hit me up on Sports Fanatic Gibbs on Instagram, the same handle on Instagram. I will be more than happy to give my bets out. And then another thing, the next card will be Lerone Murphy versus Barbosa. So that'd be a good thing. So, yeah, man, we're going to make a lot of money on this card. Me and my guy lined up. When we line up, man, I actually hammer these lines and I go in, I make money with our picks. So you guys should make money with these picks too.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's make some money this week and join us every single week right here on CJ UFC Picks. We hope you guys have a great night. We're out of here.